shall I go? What shall I do?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Behave yourselves! Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines!
Furiosa!
The darkest of angels.
Hello YouTubers out there, this is Jerry Sadavia the Movie. So today we're talking briefly about Furiosa, which is a Mad Max story, or at least set in the world of Mad Max. And it's a prequel to Mad Max Fury Road that came out back in 2015 and was directed, of course, by George Miller, who directed all the Mad Max movies. And this one is starring Anya Taylor-Joy, who I'm not familiar with. Apparently she's been in films like The Menu, amongst other things, playing Imperator Furiosa, who has a metallic left arm, I believe, and was played by Charlize Theron in the really brilliant, I mean, one of the really great action pictures of all time, Mad Max Fury Road. So, a trailer came out, and some of you are new to the channel. I don't do trailer reactions, but I do discuss trailers briefly, if I feel there's something I have to say. And I've seen all the Mad Max films, and I was curious about Furiosa. I thought that was a good idea. Initially, I thought that George Miller was interested in doing a Furiosa with Charlize Theron that would be set in the future. But apparently it's a prequel, and it looks completely epic. I mean, this is about as far out as you can imagine the post-apocalyptic world of Mad Max. It's not clear if Mad Max is returning in this or not, in some fashion or another. I would venture to guess probably, but I'm not sure. I think somebody said it's possible. But anyway, Immortan Joe, who appeared in the last Mad Max Fury Road, appears in this one. I don't know who's playing him in this one. But there's a younger version of that character who has like a mask and looks quite frightening and scary and fearsome. Chris Hemsworth is also in this, which at first I didn't recognize him. I thought it was some other actor. And he plays a villain, Warlord Dementus. And the story goes that as the world falls, young Furiosa is snatched from the green place of many mothers and into the hands of a biker horde led by the Warlord Dementus. While two tyrants war for dominance over the Citadel, Furiosa survives many trials as she plots a way back home through the wasteland. Like I said, this movie looks epic. It is large-scale action. I mean, Fury Road was fantastic. The reason I think that it doesn't quite, it comes close, but it doesn't quite make it as good as The Road Warrior from way back, is because of the casting of Tom Hardy as Mad Max. I felt that he was fairly mute in this movie, or in Fury Road, and so I really couldn't quite gravitate towards his character. But the fact that now it's about Furiosa as a young girl, I think that this film will absolutely deliver. And with the brief little shots that I showed you at the beginning, I mean, there's no question in my mind this is going to be quite a movie to see. Fury Road I saw on IMAX in 3D. I wish I hadn't seen it in 3D because it didn't really, I don't know, 3D doesn't always seem to work for just about anything. At least of recent movies, especially during that time in 2015. But this film, I mean, this is going to be the one to beat, I think. It's just, it looks, just as I said, epic, large-scale action. Some people have complained that it looks like it may be CGI a little or a lot. I don't care. Who the hell cares? Clearly, he wants to show a post-apocalyptic world that is not desaturated in color. So he might have enhanced some of that for sure. With CGI, I would imagine the chase sequences, for the most part, will probably be practical. That's what George Miller has done throughout his career in these movies since 1979. So all I can say is I look forward to it. This looks like it's going to be one of those great action films. I mean, he is, if not the best action director in the world. I mean, he is just the choreography, the camera moves, the slow motion, everything is just, it looks like something out of this world. And what I kept thinking of is, when I was watching this, is imagine what he could have done with the Hunger Games. He probably would have made that, pushed it through the maximum in terms of what you can really deliver on screen. That's the impression I usually get from George Miller. Somebody that really is firing on all cylinders and pushes beyond what the screen can provide. That's really who he is. So I look forward to this movie, no question. So what do the rest of you think? Are you going to see this film? Because I certainly am. I hope that you're somewhat excited to see this. It's one of the best trailers I've ever seen, by far. It's an amazing trailer. It gives you a real good sense. I'm pretty sure this film is going to be, even if it's maybe not one of the greatest films ever made in the action genre, it's going to be definitely good. I mean, you can really sense it. So tell me what your comments are out there about Mad Max. What do you think of Mad Max in general, all the movies, Fury Road, in particular, this idea of bringing Furiosa to the front and center of the narrative, I think is a good idea. And Chris Hemsworth, wow. I just didn't recognize him. I was amazed when I learned who he was playing, and I didn't recognize him in the trailer. So those are my thoughts. Tell me yours. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel. I have various reviews of all kinds in here, and trailers, look at trailers, but no trailer reactions, sorry. And all sorts of things, excerpts from short films I've done, and so on and so forth. So anyone new to my channel, please subscribe. Those who have already subscribed, thank you. I've gained, I think, about 10 more subscribers in the last few days or week. So if you are a subscriber already, please hit the notification bell for future uploads. And that's all I got to say about Furiosa, the trailer by George Miller. So check it out and tell me what you think. And this is Jerry Sotovy at the Movies, signing off.